What's up, guys? My name is Solus Baby, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Forges, the Season Pass, Black Armory, and what everybody's saying about it. And I also wanted to try to get a little bit of direct feedback from you guys. Anybody that watches this video that has an opinion on it, that you're willing to share, I would love to discuss it with somebody and not just look at what people are posting on social media, because I don't think that's the most honest representation of what everybody thinks. It might be the loudest people in the room, but it's probably not the most. So I just want to know what everybody feels about it. I want to start off by giving my opinion and see if we can get a discussion going. Destiny 2's Forsaken was probably the best DLC they've done in a really long time, if not the best one ever. Way better than Osiris. Anything they've done in Destiny 2. Destiny 1, yeah, I'd say it's probably the best one there too. It's awesome. It kept people busy from launch till Black Armory. It's so hard to do that with a hardcore Destiny player, playing 60, 70 hours a week like some of them do. I'm sure you know at least one that does that. They can't compete with the amount of time that you're putting into this thing. Now, people are criticizing the Annual Pass and Black Armory for not having all of that stuff day one. They said that repeatedly this week at Bungie, Twitter, all that stuff. They said it over and over again. They don't want all of it coming out at once, because if they did, we'd burn it down the same way we did the last Wish raid, 24 hours in completion. Everything. Now, of course, nothing in this Armory or the Annual Pass is going to be near the size of Forsaken. But how can you expect it to be? There's not as many people as you think working on these games. If there was as many people playing them as there was working on them, that might work. But even still, the amount of time it takes to build the thing that you're trying to beat is so much longer than the amount of time it takes you to learn how to beat it. So I don't like the criticisms of Black Armory that nothing was there for you to do day one. You're supposed to build on it. Unless you were one of those people that hoarded a bunch of powerful bounties and Iron Banner stuff, everything, you're not supposed to get there day one. I do agree that they lowered the light level by 5, just because it would be nice to play the Forge, at least give it a fighting chance the first day for people just at 600 that don't have time to build anything more. That makes sense to me. You can beat this at 600. No questions asked, you can do that. But Bungie is going to be streaming us content until August of next year, right before the next big September DLC. I also heard people saying that this would be the first Christmas DLC that ever succeeded in Destiny if it was good. And that's not right. This is not a DLC. I've seen people equate this to a Destiny subscription. That makes sense. You pay money, you get more and more content, just like you would a magazine, a Dollar Shave Club, whatever you want to call it. This is going to keep people busy and moving forward, making it seem like you have something to do, raising the power level, gearing up for the next year that we're going to have with Destiny 2. This is by far and away the best thing that they could have done. You can retroactively go back and play the old stuff in Forsaken to level up, just like everybody screamed to be able to do in Destiny 1, and I see countless people complaining that they have to go back and grind it. You don't. You can just sit there and grind the Forge if you want to, but it's easier if you go back and play the Forsaken stuff. Nobody is forcing you to play old content. If you don't want to play it, don't. There's about a billion other games out there. I am in no means a Bungie fanboy, but the stuff that they're doing here works. It's doing good. They're listening to their community. The entire This Week at Bungie basically was like, hey, we heard everything you guys are saying, just so you know, and we're working on it. I can't remember the last time they did something like that. Immediately changing a drop based on what we were saying on Reddit and Twitter? I mean, when was the last time you saw a game do that, let alone Bungie, the most non-communicative developer I've ever seen in my life? They're moving in the right direction, and people criticizing Black Armory on the 5th day that it's out makes no sense. You've seen nothing that's coming over the next months. The Season Pass hasn't even scratched the surface of the things it's going to be able to do. If you don't think you have enough content to do now, when the Dawning drops, the Gofanon Forge coming out today, the next one coming out next week, which I absolutely cannot pronounce, the raid, the new Gambit activity with Joker's Wild, the exotic quests, and the secretive third season that they're going to have with the new 6-man activity, wait a little while. And by no means am I saying, hey, just strictly play Destiny 2. But in my opinion, like I said, this is the best thing that they could have done for Destiny. It's going to keep people busy. It's new user friendly. You can go back and play the easy stuff and then work your way up to the hard stuff. You're not just left at a deficit like you were before. There was a statistic put out that I keep hearing around that 75% of the Destiny player base never reached over 550 light. Now, I don't know where they're getting that number. I don't see that many lower than 550 in the game. I play on PS4. Maybe it's different on PC or Xbox. I'm not sure. I would like to see the number of Forsaken users that are above 550 light versus below 550 light. I think that has a lot to do with it. But I digress. This is probably one of the better things that they could have done, given what they're working with. Activision's all up behind them, trying to get people to buy more stuff, Eververse, keep pushing content like Call of Duty every single year. It makes them money. They're a cash cow. It's what they do. Blizzard is a huge company. Bungie just wants to make a great game. And they're doing their best with the circumstances that they're applied to. I don't know. That's how I feel about all this stuff. I think it's fantastic. I think it's the best way that they could have done with it. I have no problem with the content either. Not really a whole lot of glitches like I'm used to Bungie having day one. Their feedback is great. They're working on patches already. I think this is good and it's the direction that Bungie should be heading. Especially with all the stuff they've messed up in the past. I don't think people should be as worried about this as they were Osiris when it came out. I know people are worried that they're going to get burned again. But as far as I can tell, the forged weapons are pretty decent. So let me know what you guys feel in the comments. I want to have an actual discussion about this kind of stuff. I want to know what actual people are feeling about what they've got. Hardcore Destiny players, casual Destiny players, I don't care. Just let me know how you feel about it. And if you want to have more discussions like this, if you want your opinion to be known on our channel, subscribe. We'll build a pretty cool community around it. I'll see you guys next time.